A nightmare in me is a nightmare indeed. Quite honestly, very great discussion topic for today. So, we're back talking about part 2 about Orkest, because I read some really interesting comments from people like, oh my god, Robbie wants to ban Dingrisu. Oh my god, he doesn't know what he's talking about. Clearly an uneducated mongrel. Well, we're going to talk about this once again from my perspective, and we're going to talk more about the Sky Strikers' opinions. Not really. This is just some personal things that should be addressed with the engine. Let's dig into this discussion, shall we? Alright, so back at it again. How you doing, Orcust players? Nice to see you. Remember, like this video, shake my hand at the beginning, because I'm about to 2-0 you straight out of this video. Alright, man, that felt cheesy, and I liked it. Okay, so here's my problem with Orkest. Alright, we have a ban list approaching. Once again, there are multiple ways to hit this. I talked about Babel last video, right? Everybody was like, Babel's not good in the Lunalight Orkest deck anymore. We cut that card. Who needs it? Alright, well, that's fine, alright? Cool. So maybe Babel isn't the approach. Well, you look at the Lunalight engine, well, Kaleido sends for cost, by the way. Fantastic. Great card design. So glad that if I Asher Impermit, you send for cost. Alright. That's wash my hands. It's great. It's fantastic. Totally fair, by the way. So there's that. Okay, so maybe you should go after the Lunalight engine. Well, there's also Nightmare Mermaid. Alright, well, I talked about last video that, if we go after Mermaid, we take care of the splash ability, the thing that makes every deck be able to play this. Yes, I understand that Armageddon Knight, Dark Grepher, every deck can send this thing to the graveyard if they play Dark Grepher and stuff. The problem is I've talked about extra deck resourcing before, and it still seems to blow people's mind. When you have a card that you can access at any point in the game, when I can just go, oop, I don't have to hard draw this, it's an issue. Honestly, that's what pushes the barrier in this game. That's the boundary breaker right there. So, I honestly thought, I still think, wholeheartedly, that Mermaid is probably the approach that we should go with at this point. We take care of every deck being able to splash it. We calm down the splash ability of this, because that's the issue right now. Well, Robbie, look here, man, alright? We need Orcust to be in every deck, because generically it's how power creep has gone. Look at me. You don't know what you're talking about. It's not fair. Splashing is unfair. Now, I'm not trying to hit Lunalights over here. I've read Lunalight players' comments. I've read the, please, don't get cards banned in our deck because we still want to play pure Lunalights. I respect that. Alright, but it's not fair if Trickstar Light Stage took an L here, that you guys probably shouldn't feel the same. That's every salty Trickstar player ever. Because, Orcust paid for their last sin. So, why not hit Kaleido Chick? Everybody takes an L here. But, that's besides the point. Okay, so, honestly, that splash ability is the problem here. I don't care if you agree, disagree, because 95% of the time, I'm usually right about these things. Man, that's the most condescending, stuck-up thing I think I've ever said. I'll listen to arguments. I understand. Now, something that I haven't talked about. There are other ways to go about doing this. Okay, we don't want to clean up, the beautiful mermaid. All right, we'll leave Mermaid alone. We'll leave Crescendo alone. We'll leave Dingrisu alone. All right, you know what? We won't even go after Galtea. By the way, the Galtea cleanup idea was actually really good. I like that. Putting Galtea to 1, that was pretty interesting. I didn't actually think about that. Or you could just ban Galtea. Maybe banning Galtea would make my life a little bit better. Somebody brought up a point about going after Galtea. I was like, I didn't actually think about that. You basically inherently limit the deck to only do one thing. Then I was like, Lunalight Orkest. So, Lunalight players, I'm sorry. We have to talk about the other ways to hit the deck. The big elephant in the room is Kaleido Chick and Tiger. Yeah, I know. Kaleido Chick is totally fair. It sends its cost. You don't know the amount of frustration I actually am faced with daily here. Because I look at Kaleido Chick and Lunalights, I'm like, Sweat drop. It's BS, man. I get it. It's the best card in your deck. I get it. Sending is cost allows your deck to keep up the inherence of the game. And it's at the point that we start accessing more broken features of the deck that we have the issue. All right, like, let's be honest here, okay? So, unfortunately, we can axe Galtea. We can limit Lunalight, Kaleido Check. Is putting Tiger to 1 even worth it? Serenade Dance is also really good. Actually, Serenade Dance is really good. Watching Serenade Dance start combos in the deck is cheesy. Now, alright, so we don't have to... Okay, we can leave Kaleido Check. What about if we go after Azathoth? Well, I made a video months ago talking about how Azathoth is an unfair card. The fact that it can jam multiple means of just, Link 4, condition. You can't activate monster effects for this turn. Turns off my Nibiru, my Ash Blossom, my Ghost Ogre, my Joel and Lockbird. Any sort of hand trap that I might have to combat this meanie, I can't actually access because of that. Well, didn't we talk about that Azathoth shutting off monster effects would be bad for the game in the future? Wow! Great! Alright, so I look at Azathoth, I'm like, alright, my guy, you're causing problems in the game. Alright, we can't allow this to go on. So, okay, we can generically cut off Azathoth. Now every deck can hand trap Lunalight Orcust. Well, the problem here, the headliner of the deck, is Borrelsword. The thing that is making this deck such a savage is when the deck opts for second, I have this little built-in OTK. And this is, ladies and gentlemen, this is where I bring up extra deck resources. When you have that access to a card at any stage in a game, I just snap my fingers, I can OTK you for no reason. Brings me to the next culprit. Borrelsword. It's you. I have a big problem with this card. Not because of the card OTKs. I think the dual attacking function of the card was great in terms of design. I think it shouldn't have been able to attack directly. I know, it's a hard thing to swallow here. Let me swallow just to make sure I'm good here. Okay, I can still swallow. Alright, great. I'm still human. So, when you snap your fingers and you have this extra deck resource that creates these generic OTKs, we have a problem, ladies and gentlemen. Now, Borrelsword's gotten its reprint, alright? We're 3 deep now, alright? We can amputate it. We no longer have to deal with this. That's why I bring up the question to you guys. Okay, so what does the Orcust combo do? Does banning Borrelsword Dragon fix Orcust? Well, inherently, I can end on a Dingrisu now. I get the ability to end on, well, okay, Crescendo. So if we take away Borrelsword, that just means I make a Borrel load, take your monster. It puts me in a much better position. Now you're going to have to recover out of that. Or, I can make a Dweller, something else that stops you from doing your thing. But the biggest thing that Lunalight Orca is probably the best variant that we have going for the deck here is Borrelsword is the problem. Borrelsword is the OTK. Now, when you look at this deck, Mermaid, Splash calls out, drops your combo pieces. Kaleido Check, multiple numbers, inherent Tiger not being once per turn, also problem cards. Snap your fingers, generic OTK enabler out of left field. Now, the question is it worth banning? I don't know. I do think that Borrelsword is a problem card. I think in terms of the card's inevitable design, it will continue to probably be an issue for a very long time. And it's the same thing with Azathoth here. You have a card that denies your opponent. They can't even chain to Azathoth. There's nothing they can do. It sets a condition on the game. Neither of these. You have multiple options here. These are all of the sourcing issues throughout time. Yeah, I guess you can ban Galtea. But my question once again remains, what do we really gain out of that? How does that really clean up the issue? These are all just kind of loose thoughts I've been having about this whole discussion, because I'm genuinely curious to see what people think. So, revisiting off of opinion 1, what do you guys think is going to be really the appropriate choice going into this next ban list? You know, I still think that generic extra deck resourcing is broken. And I've definitely seen a lot of crazy things in my time, ladies and gentlemen, playing this game. So what do you guys think? Please leave a comment down below. Tell me what you guys think. And, well, catch you guys on the flip side. Deucerinos. The ride never, well, truly ends. Thank you, patrons. Without you guys, I don't know what I'd be wearing in these videos. I might be a truffle shuffle incident all over again. Guys, please also check out Vanquil40 for some awesome Vanguard content. Some other interesting stuff you might find up here on the left or in the description as well. Thanks for watching.